love that reflection of the mountain. We're heading down there. Just look at that. The reflection is just crazy. I don't know if you can make that out, but man, looks like a face in the rock. Big jagged middle tooth. Yeah, it's wild. That was cool. Back to me face. Here lie dragons. Yeah. Whew. I'm just trying to get to campsite 37. I got a feeling though, with the weather being good, I'm gonna keep going and see if I can get into Sandy Lake. See if I can do it. May as well make the best of the good weather while I can. Anyway, one last look at the face. And one last look down there. I love that spot down there, but I tell you, look at those again. Woohoo! Well, what a wicked day today was. What did we do? Right, we left McCleary Lake and entered the something creek that led into the Caribou River, and took the Caribou River right into Lanezi Lake, and I made it all the way to the final campsite on Lanezi Lake, number 37, and it's a nice spot. I was gonna just keep going into Sandy Lake, but yeah, I said no. I still had some light left in the day, and I could hang wet clothes to dry out, and I started a fire, and it was just a really good day. A good way to end a really good day. Covered a lot of ground. I'm not sure how many kilometers I went. I figure it's between 20 and 30 at least today. Yeah, it was a great day. Loved it. And the mountains, on this Lanezi Lake, oh my Lord, it's wall to wall, treetop tall, all the old cliches you can think of. So I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm tired, and tomorrow, Sandy Lake, and I'm just gonna see how far I can get. I might be able to finish this in one night. I might. The weather forecast though is I think it's going to be kind of wet, so that'll slow me down. But if I can't do it in one night, I'll do it in two. I think two's more realistic because I still got a fair ways to go, and and as long as the weather holds out, it'll be good. It doesn't matter anyway. It'll take as long as it takes. This has been a great trip. I am definitely going to be doing this one again. I don't know when, but this is just the only people I've seen was on Isaac Lake at the beginning, where you make the right turn. I seen some canoes over at one of the campsites on the other side of the lake, so there's at least one other group on the circuit somewhere. But other than that, I haven't seen anything other than animals. Yeah, it's just been such a wild. It's a fantastic spot. It's I can see why people get addicted to the Bowron. Man, I don't think I'd ever come here in the summertime though. You'd be tripping over people. I've seen videos where there's like 30, 40 people around a fire pit and half of them aren't even in the same group. That is not my thing. But yeah, it's quite the thing. I should probably show you my. I've got a little. Oh, let me see if you're looking at the right thing. I got a little clothesline, all me gear. Yeah, all the important stuff. Yeah, so I don't want to blind the camera. Anyway, yeah, great day. I don't even know what day it is, but I'll bid you good night and see you in the morning. Well, I woke up and this tent pad is the highest one in this little group, and I woke up with water all around me. So I wanted to keep my clothes dry, and I spared you the gory details on this one. But I got out naked, put my boots on, and I dug a trench. I don't know if you can see that going down there, and there's one on that side going down, and it leads to the lowest corner in the tent pad. So all the water, as soon as I broke the corner there, all the water just went right through, and now the tent pad's dry again. Yeah. And funny enough, the one that's probably the middle of the road, lower than this one, it's not bone dry, but it was a lot drier than this one. But of course, this one's set back further, and where that one's out on the point, the wind and everything, you would have got just as wet because the driving rain would have drove underneath the duplex. But other than that, I seem to be doing fine. Everything seems to be dry. Can't tell if that's water on the outside or inside. So today's a rain day. I'm just staying put. The forecast is calling for rain the whole day and chance of snow, and tomorrow it's turning cold. And I would much rather face the cold with dry clothes than wet clothes. So I'm just going to hunker down and stare at the nice floral pattern on the duplex tent. Yeah, and charge batteries. That's what I'm going to do too. And, oh yeah, funny enough, my GoPro battery, I don't know if you can tell, the little lip, the piece of material that you use to pull the batteries out, broke off cleanly. So I had the battery stuck in the camera, so I took the camera and left the door open and knocked the battery out that way. Hopefully none of the other batteries lose their little thing. I'll use that one as a last resort. I got 4 batteries. But even though I know if I have to use it, I can knock it out. But I've got some sewing thread too. What I'm going to do is when I put the battery in, I'm going to wrap sewing thread around it, a loop, and push it in with the thread, and that should be strong enough to pull the battery back out. Yeah, so other than that, yeah, just a rain day, sitting here, watching no world go by. It's kind of nice, actually. Anyway, that's it for now. Well, I don't believe it, but things look like they calmed down quite a bit. I think I'm going to break camp and start moving again. Even if I can just get to the next campsite or the next one after that, it's still something. I still have a couple hours time to go. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break camp. I guess I can show you me getting this fantastic sleeping bag into this little stuff sack. It's quite comical at times. And I think I just heard something in the woods, so if it's a bear, it'll hear me talking. So in essence, you guys are saving my life. But the weather broke. It's clear. The sun, dare I say it, you can almost make out through the clouds and the black stuff. But it's about 4 o'clock now or something. So I think I can at least get to the next camp. And that's something. And if I take a light sleep, get up early, I should be good to go. Yeah, guys, if I can say one thing about spending money on gear, spend it on the sleeping bag. If you do any cold, harsh weather camping, even in the UK, it's not really the deep temperatures that kill you, it's the humidity and the dampness that'll get you. Get a good sleeping bag. Man, I can't, this thing has me converted. This is my new favorite thing. I got a lot of favorite things, actually. These are a few of my favorite things. Isn't that what, what's her name sang that song about? Her sleeping bag? Who was that? Julie Andrews, right. She was in that movie with Christopher Plummer about the balloon. Went over the mountains. Some kind of international child trafficking ring movie or something. Yeah, Julie Andrews was quite edgy when she wanted to be. None of you know what I'm talking about other than Robin. Yeah, okay, what I'm talking about, seeing as how I'm doing this and trying to keep whatever is there in the woods away from me. What I'm talking about was I let it slip one day that I never seen the Sound of Music. I don't care to see the Sound of Music. I went where the Sound of Music was filmed. Yeah, it was interesting. Anyway, so we were talking one day, and I said, "Oh, that's that movie with Julie Andrews, Christopher Plummer. They took the balloon over the mountains," and she gave me the Spock eyebrow and said, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what am I talking about? The movie, Sound of Music, the balloon, Christopher Plummer, mountain." Germans were after him, I think. Anyway, we got into a big, well, she got into a big argument. I wasn't having anything to do with it because I know the movie I seen, and it involved a balloon, Julie Andrews, and I think they sang a song, or one or two. And Robin laughs at me to this day. And I found that quite hurtful. No, I didn't. Didn't care. Because I know what I've seen. And there's another movie myself and her argue about. I swear to God, it was Tom Berenger. I only remember a couple of the scenes. William Hurt and Tom Berenger was, I think it was The Big Chill. And she says it wasn't. But Tom Berenger was peeing in the bathroom and he peed blood and there was something seriously wrong with him. And his buddy, William Hunt or whatever, was a doctor. And they talked about it. And Tom Berenger was crying because he was looking at the blood and his pee and his urine. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's The Big Chill. But she says it isn't, and she wants me to watch The Big Chill to prove me wrong, which I'm not really for. So I'm not watching The Big Chill ever again, and I'm just going to go on in life, blind in my ignorance, that I'm right. You're wrong, Robin. I think I've ruined some other movies for her like that, too. She could tell you. She's got a list. Oh, coffee's so good. Yeah, sleep magnet. Oh, it's not symmetrical on this side. I can crush it down more, but I did that the first time, and what I discovered was my tubes, if I crush, the more I crush this down, the wider it gets. Why does that look all wonky? It shouldn't be like that. Let's even you up. Yeah, what I discovered, if I crush it down too much, it gets fatter and it doesn't fit in the tube all that nice. And the thing I worry about are these hard things, because if it's riding against me in the tube, it wouldn't punch a hole or anything, but it could. So why risk it when you don't have to? And it's perfectly fine like that, even though it can go ridiculously small. Let's get this bloody thing done. You know, as much as I like this thermarest, it's a pain in the bloody arse to always be inflating, deflating. But it's a wondrous thing to sleep on. I don't even know if you can see me. I'm excited to get going. I think the temperature's even warmed up. Oh my God, the Lord Almighty is telling me, be out there, keep going. Is that wet or sweat? Yeah, I don't mind even traveling in dark as long as on the lakes part of it. I won't do that river thing again. That was nuts. Jesus Christ, that was so stupid. That could have went so horribly wrong. Yeah, I would have became a statistic. People for years to come would say, don't pull a bee. But hey, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. See, the great thing about this tent and the worst thing about this tent is it's almost see-through. So it's not a dark tent, but that's the problem. You look out through the tent and it looks like it's a glorious day. And then you have to look out around to make sure, is it deceiving me? Now I have to fold this. And so when I first got this thermarest, I got the longer one for the giants among us, because I had the bigger tents, and if I get another one, it's going to be the regular one, so it'll fit this tent better. I mean, this one fits, but it's pushing the boundaries. If it had a few inches taken off it, it would be perfect, and I know that because I did that with Robin's, but it didn't work out, so don't tell her that. Yeah, you can cut a lot off, but you can't add enough. We're going in the boat. I'm so excited. You know, for how much water was under this tent and the trench I had to dig, I'm shocked that is bone dry. I am. Like, I wouldn't have even been angry if it wasn't dry. Because, I mean, we've all had water seep up through the bottom of tents. Man, there's some cons with these duplex tents, but I tell you, there's a lot of positives. One great thing about these, this Dyneema material, it doesn't absorb water. So you shake the tent off, and you can stick it in your stuff sack. And it doesn't weigh any more than it does before it was wet. So basically the stuff is impervious to water. It's awesome stuff. It's expensive stuff. And you know, eventually the material breaks down, and just like anything, I suppose. And you get in the market for a new one. But like I said, this one's been a few years now going, and I had enough faith in it to bring it on the Bowron. Woohoo! I can't believe we got a shot at making some ground. Oh my lord, even those are dry-ish. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Man, it's warm. I can't believe how warm it's... That temperature's really come up. I don't know if that's an omen or something. Oops, watch the language. I don't know if that's an omen. Oh, this is my bear banger thing. I have a video up of me scaring myself with that. They should be called fade bangers. To my stove. Okay, this is just going to be a get her loaded and go. Okay, what do we got? Where are we? Now, what was in that? Alright, that's the battery. That's the big honking camera, which will be going in the bow bag. Yeah, something else I found out, that it's not good to have the camera in the bag in the boat, because when I put the cruiser deck over my thighs and that, the humidity builds up in the deck, because of course it's almost completely waterproof. and everything in there gets sopping wet just from condensation from me and that. So I had to take the camera out of that, and I got to just leave it in the bow bag. The only thing with it in the bow bag, sometimes it's really hard for me to get up there and get the camera. I wish I'm gonna add some tie-off spots on my boat so the bow bag, the forward one, can come back a bit, just so I can reach it without having to do gymnastics. To do a Nadia Muscuri, no, not Nadia, Nadia Comaneci. What am I talking about? Nana Muscuri. Although I'd say Nana Muscuri in her day was a flexible little thing too, I'd say, yeah. Oh, by the way, I talk like this if the camera's on or off. Solo. Yeah. I just got into doing it to keep the bears from being surprised by me. What the hell, put the coffee in here. I think that's the one thing I have trouble keeping track of the most, is where the hell my coffee is. Let's do this. Okay, that's enough for me and that. I'll probably turn you on down at the boat. Yeah, I'm not even messing around now. I'm just shoving the tent right in there. Just fish it out later. Let's take one more look at this. Wow. What a spot. Yes. Boat's ready. And there we're heading. I hope I got the setup then. I picked up the GoPro and it was doing something funny. I'm going to check now when I turn this off and get motivating. But she's all ready. Camp is all clear. We are on our way. Bye for now. One last look at Lanezi Lake. Look at that. Wow. See if I can get it. Hard to paddle one-handed. Look at that. My God, that is beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. If any of you guys have the foresight or the wherewithal or whatever you call it, you should come and do Bowron canoe circuit. Man, that's just spectacular. Look at that. Yeah, and I had the whole place to myself. Wow. Amazing. But